Chosen one, June 17th will seal your fate. You will never be the same again, chosen one. June 17th will seal your fate. You will never be the same again. There are days in life that feel ordinary, and then there are days that shift the entire course of your existence, days ordained before time, when the unseen hand of the divine presses pause on your old reality and says, enough, it is time. June 17th is not a date, it is a doorway, a threshold between the version of you who merely hoped, waited, and wondered, and the version of you who knows, who commands, who becomes. This is the moment where everything hidden will be revealed, everything delayed will break free, and every unanswered prayer will rise with power. You are not entering a day, you are entering a fulfillment. The future has been waiting for you to awaken. Fate is not something that happens to you, it is what rises from you, and now that fate is ready. The world you see will never be the same again, because you will never be the same again. Something irreversible is about to take place, not outside of you, but within, the shift that seals your destiny and awakens the life you were always meant to live. The power of assumption, how June 17th is already written within you, chosen one. Understand this. Nothing that is about to happen to you on June 17th is coming from the outside. The circumstances, surprises, breakthroughs, and divine alignments you are about to witness are not accidents. They are the matured fruit of your deepest assumptions. You have long believed that something powerful was coming, even when you couldn't explain it. You sensed it in your bones, you saw it in your dreams, you felt it in your spirit. This day was not randomly assigned. It was birthed in your inner world long before time caught up to it. The assumption that you are chosen has been quietly shaping the invisible structure of your life, and now the outer world must obey. You see, assumption is not wishful thinking. It is not hoping or begging. It is not trying. Assumption is creation. It is acceptance. When you assumed yourself to be loved, healed, promoted, aligned, destined, when you believed you are not forsaken, not forgotten, but divinely selected, something shifted in the very foundation of reality. That assumption set into motion a wave of events, people, and decisions that have been traveling toward you, and June 17th is the day where they all arrive. Life bends to the direction of your deepest beliefs. It cannot do otherwise. What you hold as true within yourself must eventually manifest without. That is the law. And though others may have mocked your silence, misunderstood your stillness, or doubted your spiritual knowing, you never stopped holding onto the invisible thread that connected you to this promise. The truth is, assumption isn't loud. It doesn't need to be. It is quiet, steady, and magnetic. It doesn't beg to be seen. It creates what must be seen. On June 17th, your quiet, consistent inner world will speak loudly to the outer world. That which you assumed when you were broken, that which you declared when no one clapped, that belief you held when the evidence said the opposite, that is what is about to rise. You see, people often wait for external signs to believe. But the chosen are different. You believe before the evidence, and that is why the evidence must come. June 17th is not the day you get lucky. It is not the day a stranger blesses you or fate randomly favors you. No, it is the day that reflects your inner command, the moment your inner assumption becomes undeniable truth, when you assumed you were healed even while hurting, when you assumed you were wealthy even while counting coins, when you assumed you were sent even when doors slammed shut. That level of faith rewrites destiny. Assumption places a demand on the spiritual realm that cannot be ignored. And now the universe must respond. Everything that resisted you must now release you. Everything that delayed you must now serve you. Everything that denied you must now recognize you. But this only happens because you dared to assume something greater, even while surrounded by the lesser. So don't look at June 17th with surprise. Look at it with confirmation. You knew this was coming. You always knew. You were just waiting for time to catch up to what your spirit already lived, and now time has caught up. The appointment has arrived. On this day, you will not just be changed, you will be confirmed. The world will finally see what you have always seen in yourself. But more than anything, you will walk into this moment with power, not the power of force, but the power of knowing. Knowing that your inner world is the author of your outer fate, knowing that assumption is the key to the kingdom, knowing that you were never waiting on a miracle. You were the miracle, And now, because you assumed correctly, everything must align. You are not walking into June 17th as a beggar. You are walking into it as one who already possesses. The door is not being opened to the desperate. It is being opened to the determined. You are not asking for what you desire. You are arriving to collect what is already yours. Let this be the day where you no longer question your authority. Let it be the day where you stop seeking signs and start becoming one. Let this be the day you fully realize that your inner assumptions are the original scriptwriters of your future. You are not at the mercy of events. You are the cause of them. This is why June 17th will seal your fate, not by introducing something new to you, but by confirming what has always been true about you. You are chosen, and now the world must catch up to that truth. So stand tall, breathe deep, and walk boldly into the moment you created. Let June 17th prove once and for all that nothing is more powerful than a soul who has assumed their destiny and refused to be moved. Because when that level of belief is reached, fate is not a mystery, fate is a mirror, and you, chosen one, are finally ready to see what your faith has always known. Fate is fulfilled by inner alignment. What you've imagined is now commanding reality, chosen one. You must understand that fate is not some unpredictable event written in the stars, handed down by an unseen force while you passively wait. Fate is not a surprise. It is a signal, a magnetic pull created by your inner alignment. You are not waiting on fate. Fate is waiting on you to align fully with the vision you have carried in silence. June 17th is not just another day. It is the moment where the internal becomes external, where the blueprint you've held in imagination becomes the building you now enter. Fate is not magic. It is mathematics in the spirit. What you consistently see, feel, and believe on the inside eventually shapes the outer narrative. And when all parts of you, your thoughts, emotions, self-concept, and inner speech are aligned with the end you desire, the entire universe shifts to make it so. That's what's happening now. You're stepping into a day that has been magnetized by your inner alignment. This is the consequence of living as if the promise is already yours. You didn't get here by accident. You got here by embodiment. Even in your darkest hour, you kept a secret agreement with destiny. You imagined more, you imagined deeper, and even when things looked completely opposite, you refused to curse the seed. You knew the vision could not lie. You carried this promise like a fire in your chest, like a melody only your soul could hear. And now June 17th responds. It is not rewarding you. It is revealing you. The reality that now forms around you is the perfect echo of what you believed within. You aligned your emotions with the outcome. You aligned your identity with the future. You aligned your speech with the vision. And now fate has no choice but to bow to that alignment. The events of this day will not be random. They will be precise. They will reflect your persistence. They will mirror the version of you that refused to waver even in silence. Others may think it's sudden, but you know the truth, it's synchronized. Your thoughts and emotions have been feeding this day for months, maybe years. Your conversations with God in the quiet, your rehearsals of victory in your imagination, your inner declarations when no one else was watching, that was the true work. That was the altar where fate was formed. Alignment is not just positive thinking, it's embodiment. You became the person who already had it. You felt what it was like to receive it over and over until the feeling became familiar. And now, on June 17th, the world catches up to that feeling. Everything begins to obey your inner image. Every door that opens, every conversation that shifts in your favor, every unexpected turn. It is not luck, it is law, because inner alignment is not passive. It's magnetic. It pulls your outer world into divine order, and this is why June 17th will seal your fate, because you are no longer at war with yourself. The conflict between what you want and who you believe you are has ended. You have unified your being. You no longer desire from a place of lack. You create from a place of wholeness. You no longer chase signs. You become the sign. You no longer pray in desperation. You declare in dominion. This is the secret to manifestation. Not hoping, but assuming, not wishing, but becoming. You've become it, and now that inner shift must materialize in form. The people you meet, the favor that finds you, the doors that swing open. All of it is responding to a frequency you've already lived in. You've already walked this path in spirit. You've already received this blessing in your imagination, and now your body catches up, your world catches up, your destiny catches up. You were not late. You were just getting aligned. This is why everything starts to change almost effortlessly, because you are no longer contradicting your vision with fear, doubt, or double-mindedness. You have become whole. You believe what you see in your mind more than what you see in the mirror. You trust your inner vision more than your outer evidence, and that's the kind of faith that fate cannot ignore. That's the kind of belief that bends time. So when June 17th unfolds, when opportunities call your name, when new chapters open, when clarity floods your path, remember, this is not the world giving you something. This is the world yielding to who you've become. You aligned with the future version of you, and now that future invades your present. This is why you must protect your inner world like treasure. You must guard yourself, concept like sacred ground. Because fate is not written in stone, it's carved into the shape of your assumptions. The more you align with the truth of who you are, the more the world must reflect that truth back to you. June 17th is only powerful because you have become powerful. The events that unfold are only meaningful because you've already lived them in spirit. This is not your breakthrough, it is your return. You're returning to a reality that already existed in the invisible. You're stepping into a scene you rehearsed in silence. You are arriving to the life you've already lived by faith. So don't be surprised when everything aligns. Don't second guess the favor. Don't question the shift. This is what inner alignment looks like on the outside. This is what destiny feels like when it's no longer something you hope for, but something you are. On June 17th, fate will not just change your life, it will reveal your true identity. And you, chosen one, will never be the same again. The old you cannot enter. June 17th demands your transformation, chosen one. What's about to unfold in your life on June 17th is not merely a blessing. It is a transition so holy, so total, that the version of you who has lived through pain, fear, rejection, and survival simply cannot cross into it. The old you must die for the new you to rise. This is not poetic. It is spiritual law. You cannot carry doubt into destiny. You cannot bring victimhood into victory. You cannot step into a prepared place while dragging a defeated identity. And June 17th, though wrapped in glory, comes with a demand. Become who you were always meant to be, or watch your opportunity slip through spiritual resistance. You see, transformation doesn't wait for convenience. It arrives when the soul is ready to shed its excuses and step into alignment with truth. You have cried long enough, you have questioned long enough, you have survived long enough. The time for becoming has come. This day will not allow you to stay the same, because the place you're stepping into requires the frequency of faith, boldness, and spiritual confidence. The old you, the one who overthinks, who doubts divine timing, who seeks approval, who questions their worth, has reached their limit. That version has no access to what comes next. You must let them go. Yes, it's painful. Yes, it feels unfamiliar. But this is what transition looks like in the spirit. You are not losing yourself. You are shedding the false self, the one shaped by past wounds, small thinking, generational trauma, and societal conditioning. June 17th will confront you with truth. The life you've prayed for is only accessible to the self that believes it's already worthy. There is no breakthrough without inner burial. The fear must be buried, the shame must be buried, the self-sabotage must be buried, not because they are evil, but because they are expired. They no longer serve where you are going. There is a calling on your life that has outgrown your former mindset, and so the pressure you've been feeling lately, the tension, the inner warfare, the discomfort, it is not punishment, it is preparation. Your soul has been breaking open to release the version of you that can walk into this new dimension unapologetically. You are not becoming someone new. You are returning to who you've always been before fear told you otherwise. This is why June 17th carries such weight. It's not just about receiving, it's about releasing. It's about surrendering your former identity so the promise can locate you. Heaven cannot pour into a vessel that refuses to be emptied of its past. You must be emptied of bitterness, of blame, of every lie you've believed about your worth. This is the only way you will carry what's next. Transformation is never convenient. It comes when you're least prepared and most surrendered. The version of you that walks out of June 17th will not be the one who walked in. You will see things differently, speak differently, choose differently. The world may look the same, but you won't, and because you are different, the world will treat you differently. Opportunities will recognize you, people will respond to you, doors will open because you now walk with the energy of someone who has been spiritually reborn. This is not a game, this is not a feel-good season. This is a divine unveiling, a calling answered, a fate fulfilled. The cost of becoming is always identity. You cannot play small and hold destiny at the same time. You cannot carry your former self while trying to inherit your future. One must go. And God, in his perfect love, is not asking for the sacrifice of things. He is asking for the release of lies, the lie that you're not ready, the lie that you're too broken, the lie that your past disqualifies you. None of that belongs here, none of that can cross over. June 17th is your Jordan River. You are not walking in as a slave to fear. You are walking in as a warrior of vision. You've earned this through silence, through faith, through obedience to unseen instruction. But most of all, through the willingness to let go. You've had moments of mourning, moments where letting go of who you thought you were felt like death. But in that loss, you made room. You created space for your true self to rise. And now, nothing can stop it. June 17th is not only a new chapter. It is a new language, a new identity, a new atmosphere, and it will not accommodate your former self. This day is set, this hour is sealed, and the spiritual realm is already aligning for your transformation, but you must cooperate, you must agree with heaven, you must choose to see yourself through the eyes of God, not the lens of pain. You must dare to believe that the new you, the strong, bold, chosen you, has always been there, waiting for this exact moment to emerge. There is nothing more powerful than a soul who surrenders to its own rebirth. The caterpillar never returns to crawling after it has flown, and you, chosen one, are in your cocoon's final hour, the cracking, the breaking, the pressing. It all had a purpose. You are not being destroyed. You are being revealed, and when the day shifts, when the light comes, when June 17th unfolds in its fullness, do not hesitate, do not flinch, walk boldly into your new self, accept the transformation. Embrace the death of the old identity and rise into the glory that has waited for you since the beginning of time. You will never be the same again, and you were never meant to be. Divine timing is not delay. June 17th is the unveiling of what was always yours, chosen one. Let this truth settle deeply into your spirit. Divine timing is not denial, and delay is never a sign of being forgotten. Everything you have walked through, waited for, wept over, and endured in silence has been wrapped in divine orchestration, even when your natural eyes could not understand it. June 17th is not the day you finally become worthy. It is the day that what was always yours is unveiled before you. This is not the hour of reward. It is the hour of recognition. The universe is not suddenly deciding in your favor. Heaven is not abruptly turning toward you. No. This has always belonged to you, but like fruit in season, it had to ripen. Like a masterpiece behind a curtain, it had to be revealed in appointed time. Divine timing protects what is sacred. It ensures that what you receive will not collapse under pressure. It guards your destiny until your character, self-concept, and spiritual awareness are strong enough to carry what God has planned. You see, if the blessing had come too early, you may have sabotaged it. If the door had opened before your identity was fully shaped, you might have stepped through it unsure, insecure, or afraid. But now you are ready, now you have been processed. Now your faith has been refined through fire, and you understand that delay was never a punishment. It was preparation. There were things in you that needed to die: impatience, pride, fear of failure, and fear of man. There were truths that needed to take root: trust, identity, surrender, vision, and all of this, every test, every closed door, every silence, was forming you into the version of yourself that could not just receive, but sustain what was promised. That's why June 17th feels so heavy in the spirit, because it's not just a shift in your calendar, it's a shift in your soul. It's the moment when heaven's timeline touches earth's reality and everything changes. Not because you forced it, but because you flowed with it. You stayed when you wanted to run. You believed when everything screamed give up. You spoke life over dry bones, you honored seasons of obscurity, and now the weight of glory is upon you. This is what divine timing does. It rewards alignment, not effort. It brings forth what was always meant to be, but only when it cannot be stolen, corrupted, or misunderstood. You didn't miss it. You didn't fail. You didn't wait too long. You're not behind. You are on time, right on time, in sync with eternity. The waiting refined you, not denied you. God was never late. He was layering wisdom into your spirit, downloading discernment into your decisions, and weaving supernatural order through every delay. The silence wasn't empty. It was sacred. It was where your roots grew deep, where your voice found clarity, where your authority was born. And now, on June 17th, the evidence of that inner transformation will begin to manifest in undeniable ways. You'll see things click that once felt confusing. You'll meet people who were sent, not stumbled upon. You'll step into rooms you once dreamed about, not as a stranger, but as one already known by spirit. Because divine timing also means divine connection. God has been working behind the scenes to position everything for your good. People have been prepared to receive you. Opportunities have been softened to fit you. Environments have been adjusted to welcome you, and now you are being called forth. Not to beg, not to prove, but to be. This is your unveiling. This is the moment when what was hidden becomes undeniable. But don't let the suddenness of it fool you. It's only sudden in the physical realm. Spiritually, this moment has been growing for years. The seed was planted in your tears. The vision was watered by your prayers. The harvest is breaking through because time has finally aligned with your true self. You see, divine timing has always been about you. Your readiness, your maturity, your surrender. God doesn't withhold to hurt you. He withholds to preserve you. He waits to release you until the fullness of your being has awakened, and now it has. You are no longer begging for what you already carry. You're not trying to prove your worth. You're moving in the authority of one who knows they are called. You're not shrinking to fit the room. You are becoming the room. You are not asking for the door. You are the door through which the glory flows. And so, June 17th is not a surprise. It is a scheduled arrival. You have reached the point where inner transformation meets outer manifestation, where time can no longer hold back what your spirit already owns. Divine timing never denies, it aligns, and because you have aligned, you can now receive without striving. You can walk in without explanation, you can speak without fear, you can move without looking back. The pain of waiting is gone, not because you forgot it, but because it no longer defines you. It served its purpose. It trained your spiritual sight. It burned away every false layer until only the truth remained. You were always chosen. You were always called. You were always destined to rise. You didn't miss it. You were being made ready for it. And now it is here, so walk into June 17th with reverence, not panic, with power, not pressure. Let the old fears fall off. Let the old questions dissolve. You have entered the space where divine timing kisses destiny. And nothing will ever be the same again. The sealing has begun. You're being marked for a life no one can touch, chosen one. What's unfolding on June 17th is not just a breakthrough, a blessing, or even a turning point. It is a spiritual sealing, a divine marking, a holy confirmation that you have crossed into the realm of the untouchable. No, not untouchable in the sense of arrogance or pride, but in the sense of divine preservation, supernatural protection, and sacred purpose. You are being marked for a life that no one, not even your past, not even your enemies, not even your old self can sabotage. This moment is not about earning something. It's about being identified by heaven as someone who has endured the fire, survived the testing, passed the inner examination, and is now being sealed. To be sealed means you are now spiritually owned, assigned, and appointed. It means your life is no longer open to random attack, pointless cycles, or endless delay. God has put his stamp on you, and that stamp is your covering. That seal is your proof. That mark is your permission to rise, build, receive, create, declare, and walk boldly into the future with zero fear. Because when God seals you, he also separates you. This is why things started to feel different lately. The disconnection, the isolation, the silence, the lack of resonance with the people or places you once felt at home in. That was not rejection. It was spiritual separation. God had to consecrate you in order to crown you. He had to remove what was common around you to reveal what was chosen within you. June 17th is the evidence of that internal shift. Something unseen is being settled. A divine court is rendering verdict in your favor. Every tear, every test, every moment you chose to believe in the dark, it was brought as evidence before heaven, and heaven has declared, "This one is mine. This one is trusted. This one is ready." You didn't just go through the fire. You came out marked by it. You came out with authority. You came out with a frequency that can no longer be denied. You have now become the evidence of divine favor, and from this day forward your life will no longer make sense to those who don't understand your sealing. There will be things you walk into with ease that others sweat to touch. There will be doors that fly open without knocking. There will be favor that finds you in places you didn't even ask to be invited, because you are sealed, and the sealed are not governed by the rules of the world. They are governed by divine law. This is why attacks will fall flat, why lies will lose their voice, why betrayals will backfire, because you are marked now. Your name has been called in the Spirit. Your assignment has been activated. And the seal ensures you can move without fear. What tried to destroy you before cannot even access you now. The pain that once had a grip on you has lost its legal right. The thoughts that once tormented you have no room to return. The cycles that once repeated themselves are now broken by decree. Heaven has sealed your elevation, and no man can revoke what God has authorized. But understand this: sealing is not just protection, it's placement. You are not only safe, you are sent into realms that once intimidated you, sent into opportunities that once seemed impossible, sent into territories that have been waiting for your arrival. You are being strategically positioned by the hand of God Himself. And it will feel sudden to others. It will look like a leap, but you will know. It was sealing. It was separation. It was preparation in disguise. You see, the sealing comes when you've agreed with heaven's vision for you. When you've surrendered the old narrative, when you've stopped begging for things and started becoming the person who naturally receives them, when you've released the need to prove yourself and instead embodied the truth of your calling. This is why June 17th feels weighty in your spirit, because it's not about events, it's about identity. The world is about to see what heaven already knew. Your sealed life will begin to contradict everything that once limited you. You will become a living contradiction to statistics, generational patterns, and expectations. You will do what they said you couldn't. You will thrive where others failed. You will love where you were once hated. You will rise in silence and shine without apology, not because you forced it, but because you were chosen for it. The seal of God is not a spotlight. It is a shield. It is a spiritual force field that surrounds your destiny, preserves your purpose, and ensures your journey cannot be hijacked. That's why some things had to collapse, some relationships had to fade, some doors had to remain shut, because the seal is too valuable to be placed in environments that cannot protect it. You are being placed now in atmospheres that match your anointing, in alignments that complement your purpose, in timing that honors your growth. So if anything leaves your life in this season, don't grieve. It means the sealing is working. If you feel like you're outgrowing your surroundings, it means the mark is speaking. You are being called higher, not later, but now. This is not a rehearsal. This is real. June 17th is not coming to confirm your doubt. It's coming to fulfill your destiny, and every day after it will echo the truth: you have been sealed. You have been chosen. You have been marked by fire and protected by favor. You will never be the same, and nothing that tried to stop you will ever touch you again. The sealing is complete. Now walk in it.